Guys, it's Renee from Raw Branded. Let me just check, make sure audio is up and running and better than before. I just went live a few minutes ago, and of course, it was about an hour ago. And of course, my audio was just doing a dance, and it was all sorts of buggy. It was in, out of control, and I realized that you can even hear me. How much of the irony that I went live to talk about your message, and you couldn't hear about my message. You missed my message because I did not have my audio. My audio decided to just, take a hiatus. Okay, my audio went on vacation. It got the memo that this is a holiday weekend, and it just left. Okay, so for you guys who are not in the U.S., this is a holiday weekend in the U.S. Or was a holiday weekend, but for most people it continues. Even though it's Tuesday, it still continues, and people are traveling the entire week. So it becomes like a holiday week that people are celebrating. Hi, Andrew. Thanks for joining. I had to jump my hair live again because my audio decided to die. It was just weirdly in and out the last time I just went live an hour ago, and so I one more time. You got to do it again, and that's fine. I was saying that this is a holiday week for some, and for a lot of people too. Their kids, students are going back to school, or have been. For me, I'm in the East Coast of the U.S., so students have been going back to school this week, but I know for a lot of families, it's been happening last week or even the week before, which is just mind-boggling. Our son actually goes back to school this week. I'm sure he's thrilled. So it's back to the grind with that. But that reminded me, and what I was saying before was that I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine, and she's a teacher. And she was talking about, of course, back to school and what she's doing with her students. And she was making the argument about students having teachers double up in the classroom. And so, in that discussion, she was making her point, but she was having a tough time spitting it out. And so I kind of jokingly said, just spit it out, And that had me thinking about messaging, of course, because, I'm all passionate about brand storytelling. And having the right message is such an important part. It's a very important part in your brand story. And so thinking through that, I was thinking about, okay, well, for us entrepreneurs here, when we're crafting our message, how can someone start doing that? Like in her case, she doesn't have a business. She's a teacher. That's not to say that she's not still a brand, if you want to look at it that way. But for business owners, what does that look like? How do you start creating your message? How do you start telling people about the value that you bring? And so for me, I like to use a framework, right? And this is without getting techie and anything else. I'm just going to simplify this for you. I use a simple framework to just really get me centered into what my message is, and then also when I'm helping clients so that they can flesh out what that message is. And so part of what we do with this framework is really thinking through the 3 points. Think of it like a triangle. It's like a 3-point framework, right? Simple. At the top, or whichever point, pick a point in the triangle, is you, right? And you need to know your vision for your business. You need to be clear on the values you bring. Sounds simple, but really, it becomes hard for a lot of people. It's very easy to just say, I do X, Y, Z. And keep it really simple. I am a mindset coach. I help people with, healing their thought process, whatever it is you do, and just going hard and fast into what you do. But really, even beyond that, the vision. Hold that thought. Your vision, your values for your business. And then the other part of the point, second part of the point, is thinking through and putting yourself in the shoes of your potential clients. Really thinking about how they look at your business, how they think about you. They're going to say, why should I care? So what? Okay, that's nice. You are doing healing work, you are, a Facebook coach, you are whatever it is you're doing. That's nice, but so what for me? And they're ready to move on with their lives. Hold that thought. Now put yourself in the land of your competitors. That's the other point in the triangle. Your potential clients, your competition. Now, I always say this. I know, and you're going to hear me here. I always say that as long as you are being fully, bringing your brand out there, bringing your unique abilities, really having the right message, bringing that to the forefront, then you really don't have a competitor. You don't have competitors, right? Because you will stand out once this is all formulated. So, competition, though, that does not negate the fact that you still have other people out there who do what you do and maybe really similar to what you do. But that's why you have to have the right message in place, because that's going to make you stand out from what someone else says. And just for yourself too, you'll know that my message is unique. I'm not saying the same things as this person over here. My message is unique because I'm clear on my vision, because this is my vision that's different from what this person is saying. My message is unique because the person who I'm trying to attract is this person. It's not everybody, but it's this type of a client, and this is what I'm saying. You see? The dots all connect. The dots in the triangle all connect, and it all works together to build out your message, right? That's why it's a framework. So you really need to be clear on that connection, on what you're saying, because once again, that's what's going to make you different, your brand stand out from every other brand that's out there. And you know what? It's also a very key part of your brand story. I'm always telling you about brand storytelling. Having that framework is what's going to make you really flesh out everything you do. For instance, okay, you're doing, you're working on your website, right? And you're coming up with the copy, and you're building out your work with me page or whatever page. What's the message on that page? What does that come down to? I'm awesome at whatever, XYZ. I'm awesome at, therapy. You're not going to just simplify it like that. It really has to be a tight message that speaks to your client, your vision, and then what's different about you versus any other person doing what you do, right? So that's why it takes a lot of time, and that's why people hire copywriters, because there is a science to this, right? You need to really break it down. And then even when you're placing an ad, let's say that you're advertising your business, you're holding a webinar, you're doing some sort of training just to let people know more about what's so magical about what you do. In doing that, the message has to stand out. If someone's on Facebook and they're swiping through and here comes your ad, it needs to pop so that people can pause for a minute and say, okay, what's the message behind this? What is this person saying? And it can't be generic, and it can't be what everybody else says, and it can't be, something that's over the head of your potential clients, right? It has to be very specific and precise. So the message has to be so clear, because not only that, but it rolls out even further into your design. Part of brand storytelling is the beautiful, shiny, pretty things, like your design. What does that look like? What does that feel like? That has to be tied to the message. Everything that you bring rolls into the message. So the message does help you to make your mark, right? The message is important. So what I am doing next week, starting Monday, is we are kicking off the Make Your Mark Challenge. That is kicking off in my group of, authentically branded and profitable entrepreneurs. In that group, we'll be taking each day, diving really deep into our message and everything else that goes into brand storytelling, your personality, all of that. All the little pieces, not even little pieces, big pieces that make up the foundation of your business, and then, rolls up into design, website, copy, everything that you're putting out every day in your business. So do join the challenge. I'm going to drop the link below so you can join the group, and we're going to be counting down each day for this. And I can't wait. So I need to see you there. All right? Leave your comments below. See you over in the university, as I like to call it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.